Okay, we are with you at the Luke Urban Fieldhouse at BMC Durfee High School. Apologize for the muted first part of this first quarter. We're at 4:43 out of the first 8 minutes and had some technical difficulties with our headsets failing on us here. So we do apologize, but we appreciate you sticking with us. So I'm Evan Massoud here from Durfee High School. It's Big 3 boys basketball here at the high school. It should be a great game between two very good teams. The Boxers always tough. The Hilltoppers just a tick behind them this year. Brockton at 8-4, Durfee at 7-5, and a lot riding on this one because if the Boxers come away with the win, they will be the Big 3 champs. They'll clinch the Big 3. They're 2-0 right now. Durfee at 1-1 has to win this game to keep their conference hopes alive. Both teams in the playoff hunt either way. Durfee needing 3 wins. Brockton needing 2, and they'll have their 10 to get them into the state tournament. So both teams, again, doing very well at the midway point of the season. That's Nick Salmon on your screen. He gives it up to number 15 there. That's Deshaun Barros for the 2 points. We'll run down the starters. For Brockton, number 12, Keyshawn Brown. Number 13, Jonathan Duvivier. Number 14, Brian Henry. Number 15, Marquise Gonzalez, and number 34, Tyrell Wade Green. Going for 3 is Brown, and it's off the mark. Chris Farrington with the rebound. For the Hilltoppers, number 5, Nick Salmon, a captain. Number 15, Deshaun Barros. Number 21, Gabe DeOliveira. Number 22, captain Chris Farrington. Number 30, Jamel Rivera, also a team captain. So we're at 3:19 here in the first quarter. It's 10-6 Durfee. Again, we apologize for those first few minutes. You only heard Nat sound. We had some issues with our headsets, but we have rectified that. And we are into the game now, that's for sure. Brian Henry gets it to Duvivier for 3! Hilltoppers coached by Jamison Guimond. On the other side, the Boxers, it is Robert Bowen. And Coach Bowen telling me that Duvivier, number 13, and Henry, number 14, are his 2 best shooters. They are returning players, and he is thrilled with the performances that they put up this season. And you just saw Duvivier right there also getting it done. Manuel Lopes tagged for his first foul. That's going to put Jamel Rivera at the line, shooting 2. And he makes the first one. So we'll go for 2. Two for 2 on that first trip there. Makes it 12-9 Hilltoppers. And right there, Brian Henry for 3. We're tied up. So there we go. Duvivier and Henry with 3-pointers here in the first quarter. Jamel Rivera for a long 3. That is well out of reach. Another 3 on the far side there. That was Duvivier putting that one up. That one off the front of the rim. Nick Salmon pulls up just inside the arc. That bounces off the front of the rim. You see Brockton substantially taller, although they give it up. Rivera can't put it up. The put back again, no good. He gets his own rebound. Now he wants 3. That's off the rim. Joe Camara trying to swat it away, but Manuel Lopes able to keep it. 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Henry for 3. No good. Rivera swats it out, but it goes out off of Henry. Oh, they're giving it to Brockton. Wow. Honestly, I thought that Rivera's hand was in on that. It looked like it from here. I was a little bit surprised even to see the officials call it Durfee ball, but in this case, no. Checking in now is number 2 for the Hilltoppers, one of our JV players. I believe it's White. We don't have him on our varsity roster. Foul called on Brockton. Brockton, number 15, Marquise Gonzalez. That's his first, team third. That turns the ball over. Come up on 90 seconds to play in this first quarter. Knotted up at 12. Farrington giving to Joe Camara. Nick Salmon now with it. Trying to drive in, gives it to White. White trying to drive the lane. He's stripped and he loses it. That's Henry coming out with it. Brian Henry. The Boxers, size-wise, taller, much taller than Durfee, really. There's a foul. Coach Guimond not buying it. I think the way he was signaling, I think he thought maybe it was going to be a jump ball. Nonetheless, second foul on Deshaun Barrows tonight. Durfee's fourth. And some changes again. Rivera back in. Malik Good is also into the game for the Hilltoppers. So 1 for 2 trip to the line. Durfee turns it over again. Lopes, uncontested. Boxers get the rebound. That's Henry now. He loses it, and it's red ball. And Coach Bowen with the same exact reaction that Coach Guimond had when Durfee threw it away. Bowen with the same disgruntled look. Rivera put that up for 3, no good. It'll be Brockton ball. Our officials tonight are Joe Waters and Robert Florio. Shot clock is off. Brockton will look to have the last shot here in this first quarter as they wait. Brian Henry directing traffic with 10 seconds now. They pass it back around the horn to Lopes. Now it's DeVivier. DeVivier almost slipped. He put it up. Wade Green can't put it up. That's going to count at the buzzer. It is good. Wade Green gets himself the basket there. So after one, the Brockton Boxers come back after being down. They come back and they lead it now 15-12 at the end of the first quarter. As we get ready for the second quarter, thank you for tuning in on Fred TV Channel 9. Big Three boys basketball at the Luke Urban Fieldhouse. Durfee hosting Brockton. Evan Massoud with you for tonight's festivities and what is turning out to be a good start to this one. A lot of intense play, fast play. It's led to some turnovers, decent point output for both sides in that first quarter. We do not have exact numbers for individual stats on that first quarter. Again, we had some technical difficulties to start this one out with our headsets failing, so we're able to get that squared away. But in the process of scrambling to bring you sound tonight, the scoring took a back seat, had to take priority. So we'll get those numbers straight from the first quarter at halftime for sure. And Hilltoppers almost turn over that ball. They'll get it back. Salmon will inbound. So official scoring here in the second quarter, but we'll square away the first quarter during the halftime break. And we'll make sure we give you updated numbers starting at the third quarter. For now, Durfee trails 15-12. That's for 3. Chris Farrington ties it up. He was on the line, took a step back, and then let it fly. and nothing but net. That's for three. Brian Henry with another. He and DeVivie are averaging 20-plus points a game. Rivera trying the underhand flip, cannot come down with it. Lopes gets himself the rebound. Cross to Henry. Good defense by the Hilltoppers. Farrington strips it away. And it is Durfee ball. Forced him to take a step out of bounds. Beautiful defense by the Hilltoppers. Chris Farrington, big part of that. He had stripped it away. Now he gets the wide open corner three, and it's just a little bit off the mark. Chris Farrington has turned into a really good player for the Hilltoppers. I remember interviewing him when he was a sophomore. All alone is Rivera for the easy layup. But yeah, Chris has come a long way. He's been on varsity for almost his whole high school career, really. Rivera pulls up after the steal, gives it to Farrington. Farrington gets the nice spin on it. Gets it in. Toppers back ahead. Brockton turns it over again. Malik Good with the little pull-up jumper. That'll roll off the rim. Coach Bowen telling Brockton to slow it up. We have a whistle blown. Substitutions coming in. Ricardo Echeverria for the Hilltoppers. Marquise Gonzalez back into the game for the Brockton Boxers. So play is halted, and Henry will inbound to Damari Taylor. Nice job by Wade Green using the height. It's the little floater off the fingertips. Rolling it off those fingertips. Rivera pulls up, cannot bank it home, and Wade Green is quite tall out there as well. Again, the Boxers just a little bit. Yeah, that's an and one. Brian Henry will be at the line. He got the basket, +1. And Echeverria tagged for his first foul. He's just into the game. Boxers can't get the rebound. Salmon comes away with it after Hilltoppers' 5th foul is not costly. Quick pull-up three is good by DeVivier. 6-point lead for Brockton. Nick Salmon loses it. Out of bounds it goes. Joe Camara back into the game for Good, replacing Malik Good. DeVivier wants another. That one in and out. Right into the hands of Camara. Salmon will try to get by him. Runs into some traffic. Farrington now with it, trying to drive the lane. Can't bank it in. Gonzalez comes away with it that time. Again, good defense by Durfee, but they can't reel him in that time. Farrington gets the rebound. Full steam ahead. 3-on-2 to Camara. Underneath, he's fouled. He goes down hard. Good hustle by Farrington to try to make that one happen. Foul is Brockton's 4th, and it's on Wade Green. Oh, pardon me, that's on Taylor. Camara misses the first. .354 to play in this first half. 25-19. Boxers over the Hilltoppers. Camara makes the second, so it's 25-20. We got a timeout on the court. Coach Guimond, I caught him looking for some insight from the legend Skip Karam before the game, and he said, I'd be kind of stupid not to ask a coach like Skip for some advice before the game. So looking up to Coach Karam there, and Coach Guimond telling me that if the Hilltoppers are able to come away with this one, he would say this is probably the biggest regular season win of his career here at Durfee. You know, aside from some of the playoff games that they've won, he would classify this as right at the top. So this would be a big one for the Hilltoppers. They trail by 5 at the moment. They lost to Brockton the last time they played. That was in Brockton about 3 weeks ago, and it was a close game down to the wire, but Brockton kind of put it away with a key three-pointer at the end of that one. Good news for Durfee is they have 8 games left. They need to just win 3 to get into the tournament. But their final 3 home games, including tonight, are going to be really tough games. They got Brockton tonight, obviously. They're also hosting Dartmouth next week. Jeff Caron, former Hilltopper, will bring his team in. We'll have that game for you on Fred TV, as well as senior night against BR, another very good basketball team. Brockton still with it, and they get it in. That was Wade Green for 2. Wow. Spin move by Salmon. Blocked. Salmon down. Still down. He is hurt. He'll take a seat. Coach Kelly, trainer Kelly Mahoney coming over to check on Nick. Toppers don't want to lose him. It's been had a great season. Been a very good Hilltopper as well. Farrington, no shot. Thought it was going to be a travel first, but then he was fouled, but no shot. The foul goes on Marino. It is Brockton's 5th, and Farrington will have to inbound. Or the Hilltoppers will have to inbound, I should say. Farrington gets the inbound pass. He's in the paint, and he's fouled again, this time in the process of shooting, so he should go to the line this time. Be Brockton's 6th foul, and the first on Etinoza Okunbor. Farrington hits the first. Nick Salmon back in. That's a good sign for the Hilltoppers. Farrington misses his second, so 1 for 2 that time. Makes it an 8-point game. Brown to DeVivier for 3. That one is no good. Boxers get the rebound. And it goes in. That was Gonzalez with the putback. Long pass to Camara, wanted 3, but could not get it. Couldn't take the shot. Blocked, and it's white ball. Boxers will inbound. Underneath to DeVivier, who puts it in off the rim. 2 to play in the half. 33-21, Boxers up. JV won earlier for Brockton. 75-32. Big three-pointer right there. Rivera getting it done. So Gonzalez inbounds it now. Back to Brown. Now DeVivier thought of three. Nope. Gives it to Gonzalez. Boxers getting the rebounds. But that time Kamara comes away with it. He stole it away. Salmon going in the paint. Can't bank it in. That is for three. No good. Rivera gets the ball this time. Pulls up. He wants three. That one in and out. 60 seconds to play in the half. A lot of three balls put up, but not too many going down. Oh, that was pretty. Woo-hoo! Marquise Gonzalez puts it down with a beautiful feed. It's an 11-point game again. Kamara with a little pull-up. And Coach Bowen telling the Boxers, slow it down, run out this clock. Brown to DeVivier. 10 on the shot clock, 16 in the quarter. And a foul called on Gonzalez near the paint. That's going to put Durfee into bonus. That's Brockton's 7th, Gonzalez 2nd. It's the 7th foul. It should be a 1-and-1. Farrington with the ball. Pulls up for three. Got it! That's a big one. And now I believe a foul on the Hilltop. It is a foul on Joe Kamara, his first. That's Durfee's 6th. 2.2 seconds on the clock. Hilltoppers need to defend. Deshaun Barrows hobbling to the locker room, so he's not feeling too good at the moment. DeVivier with the buzzer beater is no good. Hilltoppers trail by 8 at the half. Could have been 11, but Farrington cut it to 8. We'll see you back here with the third quarter. All the numbers right after this. We are back here at the Fieldhouse. Third quarter action coming your way as the Durfee boys host their Big Three rivals, the Brockton Boxers. They trail 35-27, so they have a little work to do. But they do start off with the ball. And it's Farrington. Had a quick three at the end of the first half. This time can't put the jumper in. Brockton defensively using the height big time. And Brian Henry and Jonathan DeVivier putting on a clinic again. That time Henry getting it done. That's his third from outside. He had 10 points in the first half, give him 13 for the game. Jamel Rivera for three, he answers. And Rivera now has 13 for the game. Henry with a little pull-up jumper that time for 2. Henry's teammate, Jonathan DeVivier, he had 12 first half points. The two of them averaging 20-plus points a game, so they're on pace for that. Chris Farrington, that's for 3. Oh, man. Trading three-pointers here. For Farrington, that gives him 12 on the night. 3 from outside. Tyrell Wade Green for the jumper, 2. That gives him 6 tonight. Rivera with it. Farrington going in the paint. Can't roll it in. And Gonzalez comes down with it. The foul, and it rolls off. Farrington tagged with his first foul. It'll be Durfee's first foul in the second half. And that is going to be Keyshawn Brown at the line, shooting 2. His first trip to the line, he misses the first free throw. Hits the second, and that's his first point of the game. Nick Salmon, he banks it in for 2. Having a little fun here on the side with Durfee AD Vic Pereira. Always a hoot. Oh, a late whistle there for the foul. Basket's good. And that puts Marquise Gonzalez at the line after the basket, so a chance for a 3-point play as Mason Turner is tagged for his first foul. We have not seen Deshaun Barrows, coming back into the game. He left with an injury. Farrington puts it up. It's tipped. Out of play, Durfee ball. Boxers, though, using the height once again. They've really been exceptional with tipping the ball away and getting rebounds. Long 3 put up by Farrington is no good, and Gonzalez has to give it away to DeVivier. Coach Bowen saying that Gonzalez is 6'8". I'd say that's pretty tall. Big presence on this team. Outside to Henry, thought of 3. Instead, he'll drive the lane. He loses it, and it's Durfee ball. Couple minutes gone here in the second half. It's 45-35, Brockton. Farrington directing traffic, sending Nick Salmon in motion. Farrington will pull up with the little jumper for 2. He's got 14. DeVivier across to Henry. Henry to Brown to Wade Green. Back to Henry off the inside of the rim. Into the hands of Brown. Can't bank it home. Wade Green can't get it in. And that is D'Oliveira coming down with it for the Hilltoppers. Mason Turner almost lost it. Now he does lose it. Brockton comes away with it. Underneath to DeVivier, puts it in. He too has 14, back to a 10-point game. Nice pass in the paint from Salmon to Turner, and draws a foul. And that is going to be the first on the Boxers. It's Brian Henry's first tonight. Turner at the line looking for his first points of this contest. Then he gets it, puts his first basket down. That one's good as well. And a timeout is called. So Durfee started the game with 12 points in the first quarter. They put up 15 in that second quarter, but the Boxers with a 15-point first quarter and a 20-point second quarter. So they got stronger, just like the Hilltoppers did, but luckily for Brockton, they were already ahead. So if the Boxers are able to hold on, it's 12 minutes of game time left here, half of this quarter and then the fourth quarter. If the Boxers are able to come away with this win, they will clinch the Big Three. And they'll grab win number 9, putting them one win shy of a playoff berth. by record. If they win the Big Three, they're automatically in, but then the overall record comes into play for seeding purposes as well. For Durfee at 7-5, they need 3 wins of their last 8 games to grab a playoff berth. But if they can win today and mount a comeback, it would really pay off. Last year's game here against Brockton was really something, and it was a game that went to overtime. Melvin McWhorter, former Hilltopper, graduated last year, had one heck of a game, and unfortunately, another former Hilltopper, Tyree Robinson, he fouled out right at the start of OT, and losing his presence is what kind of cost Durfee the game. Having him underneath to get the rebounds and stuff was just detrimental in that game. So Brockton came away with the last year's game here, and this year Brockton leading again. But Durfee had quite the comeback a year ago. We'll see if they can do it here. Brown to Henry, tipped. Who wants it? Back to Brown it goes. To the corner for 3. Mason Turner comes down with it. There was a foul, by the way. That's what stopped the play. That was the second on Joe Camara, who's pulling up for a 3 of its own, and he knocks it down. That makes it a 5-point game. That's about as close as Durfee's been since maybe the second quarter. Early in the second quarter, really. Henry wants 3, he gets it off. It's off the front of the rim. He'll get his own rebound. Turner tips it again. Wade Green able to roll it in. Boxers, they let the ball go, and then they charge to the basket. And so many times tonight, we've seen whoever is shooting for Brockton end up getting their own rebound. Nick Salmon goes underneath for 2. Something that Durfee is allowing to happen, and the Boxers are really exploiting that weakness. We saw Henry put up the 3. He charged in. He got the rebound. Wade Green is fouled. It does not go, so he'll go for 2 at the line. And it looks like this is going to be on Nick Salmon. It's Durfee's 4th. And it is Salmon's 1st. Should mention, we mentioned at the end of the first quarter, there was a 7th foul on Brockton, but it was an offensive foul, not a defensive foul, and that's why there was no 1-and-1. You may recall that at the end. And actually worked out better for Durfee because Chris Farrington nailed a 3. So it worked out in the end. Oh, Salmon got it to Farrington that time, wanted 3, now to Camara. Back outside to Salmon. Farrington moving to the corner. They find Mason Turner underneath for 2. That was pretty. So it's a 4-point game now. Nice little run for Durfee over these last couple minutes. Pull up 3 for Lopes is a little long. Rivera with it now. He is fouled. No basket there. It did not go in. And Rivera will go to the line. He's 2 for 2 to this point. Small sample size. Second foul here in the second half for Brockton. And it is the second foul on Okunbor. Or Okunbor, rather. And the first one is good. Rainbow arcing free throw there for Jamel Rivera. He's 4 for 4. Durfee cuts it to 2. 50-48 is the score. Henry to Lopes. Lopes to Wade Green. Camara with the steal. And he gives it away. DeVivier comes away with it. Fouled, no basket. This will be Durfee's 5th. And really racking up the fouls here. 3rd foul on Joe Camara. And DeVivier will go to the line. And despite having 14 points, he has not had a trip to the line yet tonight, so this is his first. Rivera with 15 points now after the 2 free throws that he had. Now DeVivier adding to his total. He's got 15 and a chance for Sweet 16 here. And he knocks them both down. Salmon trying to get free. It's tipped. He loses it. Durfee turns it over again. 2 straight turnovers for the Hilltoppers. That was a problem in the first half. There were a lot of turnovers as DeVivier pulls up for 3. It's off the back of the rim, tipped. And Wade Green using the height again. He's fouled. Salmon can't believe it. It looked like he had all ball there. From the naked eye, it looked like he had all ball that time. That's a questionable one. Nonetheless, Okunbor shooting 2, and he hits the first. Three for 4 at the line is Okunbor tonight. Rivera will take it out. Try to get by Lopes, who is really screening him very well there. Giving to Farrington now. Farrington loses it again. Hilltoppers with 3 turnovers in a row, and now DeVivier for 3. It's a little late, or a little long rather, but look, he gets the ball right back again. Lopes for 3. That is no good. Rebound is put in by Okunbor. And the lead swells for Brockton. It is now, once again, an 8-point game. Toppers got it to 2. It's back up to 8. 30 seconds in this third quarter. That was a fast quarter, my gosh. It's actually been a really fast game, to be quite honest with you. You're just tuning in. This game in real time, less than an hour long, even with the halftime break. Salmon's long 3-ball, no good. Chance for the Boxers to add a couple more with 5 seconds. Henry off the front of the rim, and the putback almost by Manuel Lopes. Not a bad third quarter by any stretch for Durfee. 21 points. Unfortunately for the Hilltoppers, the Boxers also put up 21 points. They are really getting it done tonight. So it's a stalemate in that third quarter. We're right back where we started. It's an 8-point game. One thing that may come in to bite Durfee is the 6 fouls. 1 more, and Brockton will ensure a trip to the line during this fourth quarter. We'll run down the game's leading scorers tonight. Jonathan DeVivier with 16 after a 4-point third quarter. He leads all scorers. 15 apiece for Brian Henry of the Boxers and Jamel Rivera of the Hilltoppers. And sitting at 14, the only other player for the Hilltoppers with double digits in terms of points, Chris Farrington with 14. On the other side, Wade Green for the Boxers. He has 10 in the game. So, and actually a lot of 6 players for Durfee with points, 7 players for the Boxers with points. So both sides really spreading the wealth, with everybody getting some points tonight, really. DeVivier puts up the 3, charging back in on Salmon. He tried to get his own rebound again. Salmon loses it, and a foul is called. I think that's going on Salmon. It's an offensive foul. That is Salmon's 3rd foul, Durfee's 7th. So much like the end of that first half, we said an offensive foul will not ensure the trip to the line. Errant pass, and Salmon gets it back. Rivera with it. Durfee with a lot of turnovers in the final minutes of that third quarter, and they started with a turnover here in the fourth. That's not going to erase this deficit. They need some points. Farrington floats it. Good touch on it, just a little off the mark. Was pressured by the shot clock, only had 5 seconds. Lopes defended well. They get it to Okunbor for 2. It's a 10-point game. Brockton looking good right now. Rivera to D'Oliveira. That's a long 3 missed. Nice put back by Gonzalez. He has 10 now. Rivera with the pull-up jumper. No good. Oh, nice over the top there by Gonzalez to Henry for 2. Timeout Durfee. And this one getting away from the Hilltoppers. It is now a 14-point game. The Boxers are pulling away. Take a look at the road ahead here on Fred TV Sports. For Brockton, they hold on to this lead. They will clinch the Big Three. After tonight's game, they will head on home to face off against Mansfield. So they actually will face off on Mansfield. They faced off over the weekend. And then they head to BR next Tuesday. That should be a fun game for them, right down the street. And they also have 5 of their last 7 games are home games. So quite the opposite for Durfee. Durfee was home game heavy, if you will, to start the year. A lot of road games. After tonight, Durfee hosts Dartmouth on Tuesday. We'll have that game for you here on Fred TV. Then they head out for 3, Fian, New Beige, and Somerset. And then they will host BR on the third to last game of the season for senior night here at the Field House before they head to Bishop Conley and Attleboro for road games to wind down the schedule. I am really looking forward to that Conley game. Another errant pass and another turnover for Durfee. Well, that Conley game should be a lot of fun. I have to be honest, it's a shame that we waited until this year. Really would have loved to see last year's Conley team and last year's Durfee team square off, given some of the explosive players that graduated last year. That's for 2, no good. But nonetheless, it will be fun since both schools are right across the street from each other. Rivera steals that one away. Gonna go to the basket. DeVivier smart without the foul. Letting the layup go in. You have a big enough lead. Why commit any fouls? Good job by Rivera. DeVivier, rather. Good job by Rivera for the layup. That was well played on both sides. Okunbor puts it in. That's good for the and 1. Okunbor on the foul, his 3rd. Team 3rd. And Farrington at the line trying to make this a 3-point play. And Okunbor's coming out. But that's almost bad news. Wade Green coming back in, and he has been quite the force tonight. Farrington can't get it to fall. So it'll stay a 12-point game. DeVivier to Wade Green. Throws it away. It'll be Durfee ball. Just over 4 minutes to play in this one. 64-52. Brockton leads Durfee here in boys basketball at the Fieldhouse. Evan Massoud with you on Fred TV as Chris Farrington puts it in for his 15th and 16th point of the night. Cuts it to a 10-point game. Durfee cut it to 2 at the end of the third quarter, and then Brockton went on a run. That's tipped away now. Durfee had a bevy of turnovers at the end of that third quarter as well. It did not help the cause. Another and one. Farrington gets it to go. The whistle and the release were almost simultaneous that time. Nonetheless, it is an and one play. See if Farrington can make it a 7-point game. The foul is on DeVivier, his first. And it's good. 64-57 the score. Durfee on a 9-2 run. Foul coming, but that one does not fall, so it'll be 2 shots. Durfee's 8th is the first from Malik Good. And it'll be Gonzalez at the line. And this is 2 shots. He was in the process of shooting the ball, so this is an automatic 2 shots, not a 1-and-1, and he hits the first one. He went to the line one other time. It was for an and one. He missed. So this will be, he's 1 for 2 so far. Make it 2 for 3 now as he sinks both of those. So it's a 9-point game. Under 4 to play. Rivera with it. I'll tell you one thing, the Boxers have really done a great job at eliminating, Rivera for a long 3! Oh, baby! That was NBA range there, my friends, from way outside. Rivera puts the Hilltoppers at 60 points, and it is a 6-point game. That gives Rivera 20 for the night. He's leading all scorers. Farrington with 19. It's funny that Rivera just hit that 3, because I was about to say that Brockton has done a fantastic job at eliminating the outside shot, particularly at the end of the third quarter, because Durfee has quite a few of them. That was Durfee's 9th three-pointer. Rivera had Durfee's 9th. So, and they had a few in that third quarter, but it was earlier in the quarter. It wasn't towards the end. So Boxers were really making some good adjustments, but that time Rivera got it off. We have 3.5 to play. It is a 6-point game. Wade Green almost with a travel. Gonzalez is fouled by Farrington. Well, actually, they're calling the foul on Joe Camara. This is his 4th foul, so we've got to keep an eye on him. One more, and he'll be done. And Gonzalez gets the first down. And unfortunately, this is the foul trouble that the Hilltoppers had. Obviously, it was going to be 2 shots anyway for Gonzalez because he was in the process of shooting. But with 9 fouls, Brockton is ensured a trip to the line no matter what from this point forward. And that was a miss by Rivera. Back court. Durfee ball. And they'll inbound from the spot it went out. Malik Good. Nice job to let it go out, not to touch it. Farrington with it. He almost lost it. Goes into the paint. And Farrington has 21. (68-62). Timeout called by Coach Bowen of the Boxers. 17 seconds on the shot clock when they hit the court. Also want you to be on the lookout this week on Fred TV for Bishop Conley boys basketball. We will be at the LaFrance Gymnasium on Thursday night for a special banner-raising ceremony, which will honor Dylan Holland for his 1,000 points and Conrad Bradbury for his 1,000 rebounds. First ever in school history to do that, according to Coach Billy Shea. So 2 banners going up on Thursday, February 4th. The Conley Cougars play at home in one of their last home games, really. They don't have that many left on the schedule. So it should be a very special night at the LaFrance Gymnasium, so we will be there as well. So we got this game airing right now. We have boys, Durfee boys versus Dartmouth, and then we'll have the Conley Cougars as well. So boys basketball this week, the specialty on Fred TV. We also want to remind you folks that we have a new magazine-style news show called The Thread. It airs Tuesdays at 5, bringing you some great local news, feature stories. Joe Camara with the tip, but the Boxers keep it. Tuesdays at 5, it's The Thread. Right here on Fred TV. Sports, some local news, and a lot of good education and feel-good stories. Shot clock violation there. Durfee will get the ball back. Great defense by the Hilltoppers. Durfee sporting their throwback red jerseys tonight, too. They look good. Normally in home whites, but truthfully, in the home of the red and black, I like these better. Farrington almost loses it. Spin move to the basket. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. That is going to be the 5th foul for Boxers. The first on Wade Green. Oh, Farrington misses it, and look at the frustration, too. He knew that was a big one to have. These are the shots you got to make, especially when you're trailing. Farrington hits the second, though. Does make up for the first. He has 22 on the night to lead all scorers. Wade Green gets the feed. He's tipped. Gonzalez uses the height, puts it back. And he's had a nice 4th quarter. Gonzalez with 8 points in this quarter. He had 8 all game, now 16 for the night. And it's a 7-point game. Joe Camara for 3. That's no good. Gonzalez gets it out to DeVivier on the other side of the court. Farrington goes down. Foul coming. And it's on Rivera. Durfee's 10th. Rivera's first. DeVivier for 2 at the line. He's 2 for 2 in his first trip. First and only trip, really. Good from the line that time. And the lead back up to 8 with 1:29 to play. Sure looks like the Boxers are going to pull away and win this one now. It's time winding down here at the field house. Good news is that nobody is left. I mean, this is not the biggest crowd we've seen here for Big 3 basketball, but no one has left, and that's a great thing. Salmon with the and one. This is his second opportunity for one. He missed the first one. He'll go to the line this time with an opportunity for a three-point play. Misses it. So he'll stand pat with 13 points, and it's a 7-point game. The foul was on Wade Green, the 6th for the Boxers. DeVivier! I think that's going to be the kill shot right there. That ought to put the nail in the coffin. Banks it home for 3, and that gives him 21. So he's up over 20. And it's a 10-point lead again. 75-65. Brockton leads over Durfee with 1:05. Farrington with it. He'll pull up for 3. It's off the front of the rim. Okunber comes down with it. We're under a minute here. And the fans starting to get their coats on now. Well, Coach Bowen knows his team, that's for sure. Saying that the defense has been their strong suit. They're a big team, and they use their height. And they've lived true to that tonight. Brockton's had a really, really nice game. Durfee has not had a bad game, but some of those turnovers, it cost them some key points at the end of the half. Farrington is tagged with his second foul. DeVivier at the line for the automatic 2 shots, and Farrington's out for the rest of the game. So he finishes with 22 points. A really nice night for the senior captain. Unfortunately, not enough for the Hilltoppers tonight. Rebound goes to Mark Okori, who comes in to take over for Farrington. 30 seconds, Salmon wants a 3. He knocks it down. And timeout call by Coach Guimond. Back to an 8-point game. Not done just yet, folks. Farrington 3 for 5 at the line. Had 3 from downtown and 5 from inside the arc, giving him 22 on the night. So we close the book on Farrington. 22 points for number 22. Both teams back out 27.9 seconds. We'll see what Durfee's going to do here with the inbound pass from the Boxers. Marco Corey trying to foul, and it took an extra second. Malik Good gets the foul. His second. And it'll put Marino at the line for 2. He only has 2 points tonight. And that basket came back in the second quarter. He misses the first one in this 8-point game. Kamara replaced by Chris Pabon. Marino gets the second one, so it's a 9-point game, 3-possession game for Durfee with 20 seconds to play, and they lose it, and a foul. Babin called on the foul there. His first, it just came into the game. And that was another costly turnover. I mean, the odds are against you when you're down by 9 like this with such short time, and you got to play the game of fouls, but at the same time, it's just another turnover for the Hilltoppers. They had too many of them tonight. There was a string of, I think they had 4 out of 5 possessions they turned over the ball to end that first half. Well, we have a 1-and-1 now as the Boxers commit foul number 7. Pabin at the line. And he misses the 1-and-1. Stolen by Rivera. Quick pull-up 3. That's long. Salmon picks it up. Oh, that was pretty. Really nice underneath by Salmon, but that ends the ball game. 79-70. The Hilltoppers drop it, and the Brockton Boxers clinch the Big 3 championship with a 23-point fourth quarter, their highest point output of any quarter tonight. The Hilltoppers put up 22. They got stronger as the night went on as well, but they just dug themselves too big of a hole. So unfortunately, Hilltoppers drop to 1-2 in Big 3 play. Brockton sweeps Durfee here in 2016. They're 3-0 in the league, and they will not be caught. Brockton is your Big 3 champion team here in 2015-2016 season. That'll about do it from the field house tonight. For Brooke Teves and Jimmy Page on camera. Also want to thank Vic Pereira, the AD at Durfee, for his hospitality as always. I'm Evan Massoud. We'll see you again real soon.